Turns out that Yale will spend $1 million to fight white supremacy of video game hair. Now, you need to understand that when Yale talks about white supremacy, it's not what you or your grandmother think of. Like it's something else entirely. They use the same word, but they mean something different. And when they say fight white supremacy, what they actually mean is that they're going to spend money in order to shame game developers into believing that their games are negatively affecting society. And the solution, of course, is to hire consultants. So if you're a video game company, you now need to pay a lot of money to hire a consultant, which graduates from Yale. Do you see how the game is played? You got Yale University teaching useless shit, and then they also pressure companies so that they can hire the people that have been trained and said useless shit. So at Yale, they're tackling the tough issue, and that includes the potential racismus of pixels on the screen. One of the physical characteristics that is most revealing of algorithmic bias is the representation of human hair. Computer graphic research has historically favored the simulation and rendering of straight hair, which is racially coded as European or Caucasian. The tools and algorithms that digital artists deploy treat their form of hair as the baseline. No equivalent model has been developed for naturally kinky hair, also known as type 4 hair. So, we live in a society where, through the magic of capitalism and right-wing thinking, you have the ability to crowdfund your stuff. Like, if you have a good project, you can just ask people to give you money. Nowhere in human history was it as easy as to crowdfund your projects than it is now. But you now have the leftists, which are very envious of the fact that there are transactions happening and they don't take a little bit of the cut. So they're going to try to shame companies into believing that this is wrong. Like, there is absolutely nothing wrong if white people get together, form a gaming company, and create games about white people. Okay? It's just like if black people get together and create games about black people, there's nothing wrong with that either. And when you look at who makes video games, I'm willing to bet, I'm not sure, but I think at this point in time, Japan is catching up. The Asian market, when it comes to video game, is comparable to the Western market. But for some reason, according to Yale, there is white supremacy. Why? Because the AI is generating European hair. So Yale is going to spend $1 million, again, in order to shame companies to hire consultants so that they can create better hair. Because that's what they're going with, okay? Like, there's not even edgy humor in video games anymore. There's not even racist depictions. There's none of it. Like, you're not going to get another Postal game. I know there's one that came out, but it's going to be nowhere near as hilarious as the previous one. Rockstar has been castrated. Like, they're not going to make any edgy games in the future. You're not going to get the same games like we had in 2016, because all of them are politically correct. So they're done with all of that, and now they still need to justify how their graduates are going to find jobs at IT companies. So they're going to start with something else. They're going to start picking on the fucking hair. Apparently, like, this does harm. No, seriously, like, you need to go to a university and study hard and pay the money in order to be this dumb. Like, I don't know what they do to people there, but clearly they get brain damage if they actually think that a video game causes people harm. Like, if a video game causes people harm, how about you take that person and you lock them up in a mental asylum where they can be safe? Because I want them to be safe. I don't want to hurt themselves, right? Video games aren't essential. They're not like food or water. So if they cause harm, keep the fuck away from them. Maybe you should have a license to play video games. How about that? You know what? Like, I would be fine with this. Like, get Yale to allow people to have licenses to play video game. And that way, Yale, you can still make money. And I can still have my fucking video games like I used to have in 2016. Where they weren't afraid to do a little bit of edgy humor here and there. The tools and algorithms we aim to develop will allow the full range of human hair in its elegant variation and diversity to be faithfully represented in film and games. Yeah, okay. I love the fact that they don't really care about what sells. Like, they're not interested in making a research to see, like, what type of video game character is more appealing to the customer. They don't give a shit. No, like, what they want is for games to represent reality. I'm trying to run away from fucking reality when I play video games. I'm trying to get away from all that. By the way, is my troll having, like, what type of hair does my troll have? Is it realistic? I also like that they don't talk about tits. Like, did you notice that most boobs in modern Western games are under D size? Like, you're not going to see big boobies anymore. What about, like, a full range, realistic representation of booba? With physics. Oh, no, that's sexismus and misogynismus, of course. Absolutely. Where social justice is concerned, Yale has stayed on the cutting edge. The school is absolutely anti-racist. Yale Medical School welcomes a psychiatrist who dreams of unloading a revolver into the... Oh, yeah, I remember this news. Like, this actually happened. Holy shit. No, like, the people at Yale, they're completely sane, and you should trust them because they have a license. They're university professors, okay? And by the way, university professors are all the same. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a gender studies expert or you're someone that's into STEM. No, it's still knowledge. They're still smarter than you, right? Like a gender studies professor and someone that teaches quantum physics, they're the same. They're intelligent people. Both of them, trust me. Source, trust me, bro. Because that, I mean, says university professor, right? So they must be. Karam Sharma, Bungie technical dialogue designer and co-lead of Black at Bungie Employee Resource Group, said that the work to expand representation is inspiring and especially important to younger audiences. You know what's important to younger audiences? You know what? Spending time with their families. Stop playing fucking video games. Go spend some time with mommy. Look what these people are trying to do to you. They're trying to indoctrinate. Go away. By supporting this research, we get the opportunity to affect change on a much bigger scale. I wonder, like, just on how many levels of fart sniffing these people are. Like, imagine working on video games. Not even that. Like, you're working on generating hair on video games, and you think you're changing the world. Like, you think you're working at Pfizer or some shit. My fucking god. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.